Earth Machine is rumbling out here, and we also have, besides the Argentina regional breakdown, another 8-0 finish for Runic. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. We're looking at the Argentina regional breakdown here. Yeah, we have one deck list that we don't have on hand because all the info, 7th place was missing from that. So not much I can really do for that. But in terms of your breakdown, you got 3 Sprite and Top Cut. Oh boy, man. I sound like a broken record at this point with these Top Cut breakdowns. But yeah, you still are going to continue to see Sprite continue its domination. You should not be surprised about that whatsoever. We also have a Math Mech deck in this Top Cut. I'm actually pretty excited to see that. The fact that Math Mech has just become one of the hottest rogue contenders out here. Actually pretty impressive. Once again, people still don't know how to handle circular resolving. Obviously, the deck can play around way more hand traps than a lot of the other metagame contenders can really handle out here, you know, as well. So I guess once you have enough gas to kind of plow through and make such an amazing field, it's easy street. We also have an Earth Box deck, or an Earth Machina deck, that made top 4, which actually is absolutely impressive. I'm very happy once again to kind of see that Earth Machine got the chance to step up to bat here and show the community that, hey, the deck is still grinding. The deck is still able to kind of keep up and maintain with the metagame. So that's good. We also have the Sky Striker deck. Sky Striker has been very quiet as of late. So once again, seeing Sky Striker kind of come back out of the woodwork here and show the community that, hey, you know, we're still doing our thing here. You know, we can still operate. It's a little bit harder at certain points, sure, but I think that's a good thing. We also had one Tier Element Duelist as well. Tier in this region doesn't look like it's taken over quite as much as Sprite has, but when you can see your diversity and swings for this, it's quite interesting. All right, we're going to pass on over to deck list. First place out of this regional was none other than Sprite. Yay! The cool thing about this list here, you got econs built into the main deck. Not really much of a shocker there. We have definitely seen that that's been the value play. Talents coming in on the absolute unit for this deck, man. Talents is such an amazing card. I also see we're playing a Zero Boros in the extra deck as well. That's kind of interesting, considering the fact that Zero Boros gets really big in certain matchups is quite amazing. What else do we have here? 1 smashers, no smashers in the side. A lot of back row destruction / hate in this side deck. I can definitely understand why this build was able to kind of curve out and handle a lot of the advantages. Also, you know, got the Nimble Beaver in here over something like, you know, Deep Sea Diva. You kind of pick your poison for which starter you really want to go with here in terms of this. So not too bad, all right? Next up here, second place was Math Mech. Oh boy, let me tell you something here about Math Mech, ladies and gentlemen. Players just not knowing how to play around circular is crazy to me. Also, we are not playing Equation in this deck. We've actually opted for 2 of the trap card instead. For most of your ratios for this deck, you will see a lot of players that are doing a 1-1 split between Equation and 1 trap card, or, you know, 1 Equation, 2 of the trap card. But this build actually is the first one I've seen that went with double of the trap card. So that's kind of interesting. I also see that we have Rivalry in the side deck. Card's going to be absolutely amazing. We're actually main decking some Cosmic Cyclones. So in case, you know, you do play against the terror of Mystic Mine, you get the chance to kind of dust things off and put yourself into a much better position. Overall, this is pretty much what I expect out of a lot of the regional grind here. Next up is our next Sprite list. Now, once again, you see the innovations between Sprite here. This one is playing the Brave package, which they essentially want to set up the Griffin Rider negate here so you can go into a better place. Now, interestingly enough, we are main decking a single Lightning Storm, and we're playing our Harpies Feather Duster in here as well. Now, I'm a little bit intrigued with that ratio. It's not particularly something that I would try. I feel like you'd want to see more Lightning Storms, maybe a Cosmic Cyclone, but I feel like in the situation that you do see, you know, some sort of combination of those two cards, should go into a better winning position. I mean, you're already on 46 cards as it is, so that's fine. We're citing 2 econs down there. I guess you can board out your Lightning Storm / econ in the matchups that you don't really need them, but you can definitely tell here in terms of the deck build that your ratios and changeability here will get you better option trees. Now we have our Earth machine box here. Now this actually got sent to me separately from outside this video. My friend here was actually playing the Earth Fairy stuff in here to facilitate some of the combo dumping that this deck wants to do. The cool thing about this is, you know, in combination with the generalized dumping that you get from it, goes in Rivalry were some very big players out of the weekend for this duelist. Honestly, Earth box or Earth Machine in general, I can understand, like, until we get the rest of the Earth Fairy stuff, that this deck kind of feels like it might have a little bit of a struggle sometimes. And while I get that, just overall, like, how this deck tends to develop its matchups and metagames, a sprite board might ruin this deck today. So if you can go first, make some relatively big Omni-Negate boards, you know, hide behind Goes in Rivalry, and punish the opponent for those relatively big plays that they're making, you should have easy street, literally. 5th place here was none other than Sprite yet again. Man, I will say that the most interesting thing about this list is the fact we're actually playing Infernal Prodigy. You know, I know a lot of people, actually, I want to say that they joked about playing Infernal Prodigy at the beginning of this deck's life, but to be honest with you, it's interesting. We're also playing Candina with the Lilybell, so I guess logically, you can field spell, add the Candina, normal the Candina, grab the Lilybell, and then extend out through the Lilybell being grabbed off of the Candina. I suppose that's fine. It does technically put 2 bodies on the field and give you a chance to have some extra, like, link climbing steps and some other, you know, interactions like that. But at the end of the day, that's kind of an interesting choice of things. So I see what we're trying to do here. I like that. It definitely opens up, once again, some interesting doors for the plays that you can do with this deck. Yay, tech choices. Alright. Now, 6th place here is actually Sky Striker. This is going to be a little bit of a blast in the past here. You get the chance to see Offerings to the Doomed in here. Yes, I know we're also playing Mystic Mine in here. Of course, Sky Striker at this point in time has become very notorious for playing Mystic Mine, you know, hiding between infinite hand traps and needing these particular cards to cycle through and capitalize. I also see that you got good old Change of Heart in the side deck as well in order to, you know, take those bodies from the opponent, go ahead and link summon, and the problem's been removed. I mean, why, when you have 3 in-house Change of Hearts and then, you know, 1 non-searchable Change of Heart, it definitely seems to me that you're going to take more advantage of those particular cards. So overall, in terms of deck construction, this feels very, very standard for what you've seen, and it's kind of no out of Sky Striker as of this point in time. I really wish I could give more advice here, but Mystic Mine, honestly, is going to be the hardest carry for a deck like this. We don't know 7th place out of this regional, but we do have 8th place here, which was actually our Tier Element Duelist. Holy board breaker, man. You got Dark Roller No Mores in here. You have the absolute insanity on the Super Polys. You are playing Double Desires in here, which is interesting. Obviously, you know, you don't really care about your value meant so much out of this. We're citing the Griffin down here as well. We're playing Mr. Bomber Dragon. Bomber Dragon in this deck is really cute. Outside of that, you got Cosmic Cyclones. Your danger package a little bit reduced. You don't have Tsuchinoko, Bigfoot, or some of the other pieces that we've seen other duelists playing. And we're also not playing the Skullmark Ladybug for time, because since we're playing Curious, a lot of the builds will actually end up playing that as a means to drop for time. So overall, not too bad of a breakdown of decks out of this regional, but we have one more interesting list for you guys here. This list actually ended up going 8-0 out of Chile. This is Runic, and this came from Ready for Duel. I'm actually very impressed overall with this deck getting by. See the Majesty's Fiends in this deck, which very, very impressive. You have Dimensional Fissure as well in here to kind of capitalize and punish the opponent. 1 day a piece, stepping back up here and getting the chance chance to show players that, hey, this deck is actually amazing. I don't have anything else really to say. I've played Runic already. I think the deck is crazy fun. So what do you guys think about this regional breakdown and some of the other cool things? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.